Next up, we got when the best player in Spain is made in a lab. 16-year-old Lamine Yamal. Now, shout out to my boy Raymar Football. Go subscribe to Raymar. Now, we've been seeing a lot of the 16-year-old demon, 17 now. The next Messi. Okay. Now I will keep saying it. I don't want him to be the next Messi. All right. I want him to be the next Jamal. All right. Be yourself. Don't be like somebody else. All right. And I don't like how everybody's putting this much pressure on him to be the next Messi, because that's a lot of pressure. It's a big shoes to fill. You know what I mean? So I really hope he can step up to the plate despite all this attention and stuff like that. But as of so far, he's doing pretty good. You know what I mean? So maybe he's just a chosen one. He might just be a chosen one. You know what I mean? But if you want more Jamal videos, hit that like button, hit that sub button. If you want more Raymar videos, hit the like button, hit that sub button. Also, too, you can comment down in the comments what videos you want me to react to. I got you. So, hey.
October 27, 2007, what seemed like an ordinary annual charity event hosted by FC Barcelona and UNICEF would unknowingly go down in history. A 20-year-old Lionel Messi, who had just started to become a true football star, already finishing third in the Ballon d'Or race, would find himself walking around in a locker room, being asked to sit by a plastic tub full of water with a baby inside it. At first, it was a little complicated and he didn't really know how to hold him, but eventually the photo shoot would go smoothly. Little did the young Messi know that baby in his hands would eventually grow up and make football history, because that small child in those pictures just happened to be no other than Lamine Yamal.
No way! Okay. Now, a couple of y'all told me in the comments that he blessed Jamal, and at first I'm like, I don't know what y'all was talking about. You know what I mean? I ain't know what you mean. Like, what you mean he blessed him? Like, I'm confused. Now it makes sense. That's crazy. Wow. And even Messi was like just getting, I think he was still young. What they say, 2007? I think so, 2007. Wow.
Would eventually grow up and make football history, because that small child in those pictures just happened to be no other than Lamine Yamal. Almost as if he was baptized by Lionel Messi himself, Lamine Yamal would go on to shatter every young record in both Barcelona and Spanish football history. It's hard to believe this was anything other than destiny. The stars were truly aligned for Lamine Yamal, because in order to have even been chosen to be in Camp Nou for that charity event, photographer Juan Montfort said UNICEF conducted a raffle in the neighborhood where Lamine's family lived. They entered to have their picture taken at Camp Nou with a random Barca player. By some chance, they won, and the player they were matched with just happened to be Messi.
That's
even
actually
as insanely young as he was, Lamine's family would recognize that unmatched passion and a prodigious talent, enrolling him in Barca's La Masia program at just 7 years old.
Wow.
And an academy like La Masia isn't just something you can enroll in. They had to accept and recognize you. But for them to see potential in a 7-year-old is almost unheard of. For comparison, even some of the club's greatest local graduates, like Xavi and Iniesta, only entered La Masia at 11 and 12 years old, respectively. This is the kind of script you couldn't make up, even if you tried. You could even say to make this kid in a lab, because Lamine Yamal is definitely not normal. Because what's normal about a 16-year-old looking like he's the best player in his country in the Euros? Nothing. Nothing is normal about it. Because Lamine Yamal already made history as the youngest player to ever play and record an assist in the European Championships. But it's understandable to have doubters, especially at that young of an age. Not just viewers, but even other professional footballers will criticize someone that young in making history. Like French footballer Adrien Rabiot, who still thought that despite how much he's impacted his country and how many records he's already broken, that Yamal still needs to show much more than he has until now. And well, that's exactly what he quite literally did, as Lamine Yamal would break another record as the youngest to ever score in the Euros, helping Spain eliminate France and make it to the final. Immediately running to the camera and yelling, "Speak now," letting all his doubters know that he's listening.
See, already, bruh. Like he should just be himself, bruh. Like, why everybody gotta be like on him, bruh? Like, we know he good, you know what I mean? But it starts with the fans. The fans hype him up too much. Even if he is worth the hype. I'm not saying he's not worth the hype. He's definitely worth the hype. But y'all make him up to this big expectation. Now, other non-fans going into other professional football players, comment section, talking about Jamal. You know what I'm saying? Then now you know everybody not gonna support. Everybody not gonna be supporting. It's gonna be haters. So now he has haters. So now not only does he have everybody hoping that he fills Messi shoes, now he has a whole nother side of people who literally just don't want to see you win. People who just wake up every day miserable about their life. They hate to see anybody winning, anybody doing better than them, when all they do is sit on the couch all day, eat McDonald's, and get on YouTube and hate. Get on Twitter and hate. That's all they do with their life. You know what I mean? No job, no nothing. So, now you gotta deal with that, bro. He already dealing with it. It's messed up, bro. It's messed up. It's messed up.
Speak now, letting all his doubters know that he's listening. And the funniest part, Rabiot himself witnessed the teenager rise up to the task closer than anyone else in the world, as Lamine scored literally right in front of him.
Wow, what a coincidence. The nigga hating. What happened? What happened? Now, it kind of makes sense, though. I wonder if he was only hating because they played on two different teams. So, like, he almost had to just, like, you know. But you don't even have to hate, though. Because I'm about to say you almost have to hate. You don't have to hate. You can still give respect to your opponents. You know what I mean? But still say, yeah, I still want my team to win. But, yeah, he's a good player. That's all you had to say. But, oh, yeah, I don't think he's good. Oh, yeah. Now you starting shit. And what happened?
At this point, it's almost hard to believe that they're in school up to the task, closer than anyone else in the world, as Lamine scored literally right in front of him. At this point, it's almost hard to believe that there isn't some grand script being made by the football gods. Because tell me, when was the last time you saw a 16-year-old look like he could genuinely be his country's best player? But if you still aren't a believer in his talent, honestly, it's understandable. For many years now, Barca has been on the decline since their golden generation. Of course, they were the 2022-23 La Liga champions, but they simply aren't as respected as they used to be, especially on social media, which I'm sure many neutral fans would agree with. And this is one of the biggest reasons as to why Lamine Yamal had been so disrespected and underlooked before the 2024 Euros. Since becoming the youngest to ever make an appearance for Barca's men's team, people have already been hating and calling him overrated. And that narrative basically just continued on throughout the 2023-24 season, even though he was continuing to break records and make history in Spain. In October 2023, Lamine Yamal broke the record for the youngest goal scorer in La Liga history against Granada. Then just 2 months later in December, he'd break another record for the youngest to ever provide an assist in the Champions League. Not only in La Liga though, he's also the youngest goal scorer in Copa del Rey history, and the youngest to ever score a brace in Spanish domestic football history. Wow. Doing all that at 16 years old is insane. And if you think otherwise, come on, what were you doing at 16? At that age, I was happy to score a goal for my high school team, or even just get a win in a FIFA Ultimate Team. Honestly, for Lamine Yamal to score 7 goals and provide 10 assists in 50 matches, just in his first full season playing at the top level, is incredibly impressive. But don't just take my word for it. If you want to watch Lamine Yamal yourself and unlimited high-definition live matches and match replays from La Liga, Bundesliga, Eredivisie, FA Cup, Copa del Rey, Carabao Cup, my link in the description, every major sport you can think of. Wait, he gets
sponsored by ESPN?
Today. And it's not just football. Live in access to Sport Plus. But besides getting trained at one of the most historic football academies in history, since before he could even do multiplication, perhaps one of the biggest factors in Lamine Yamal's success, even getting trained at one of the most historic football academies in history, since before he could even do multiplication, perhaps one of the biggest factors in Lamine Yamal's success is his father, Munir, better known as Hustle Hard 304, and his mother, Shyla. Their unmatched support and continued guidance throughout his career, no matter where he goes, is invaluable in helping a teenage prodigy stay on the right path and develop not only as a better player, but as a stronger person. Because if you don't remember, there was another fellow La Masia graduate and history maker who, in the first few years of his career, was doing even better than Messi. In his first 3 seasons, he scored even more goals and formerly held the record as Barca's youngest goal scorer in La Liga and Champions League history, getting so much hype as the next great Spanish star. His name was Boyan Krikic, but all the attention and stardom he got for what he was doing at such a young age eventually broke him down mentally, as he suffered from anxiety and was extremely introverted. In that aspect, Lamine Yamal is much more resilient. But it's not like he's arrogant. After scoring that incredible goal against France, his Instagram story says it best. Move in silence and only speak when it's checkmate. And sometimes that's the kind of humble confidence you need to make the jump to another level. And I know there's still a lot of you thinking, there's always the next wonder kid. And you're right. Endrick, another teenager who was insanely hyped, right now isn't really having a particularly incredible season. He does have a decent 6 goal contributions in 22 matches, but at the same time he's a year older than Lamine Yamal and is playing in a comparatively weaker league. Of course, I'm not trying to hate on the youngster, as he also has insane potential. But even in Barcelona alone, it seems like the word Wonder Kid just comes all too often. They even had 2 recent players win the Golden Boy.
Like, honestly, it's honestly really easy to I don't know why I just said that, bro. I don't know why I just said that. It's not easy. Because if the whole world, because you can't go nowhere. Like, everywhere you go, you're going to hear about it. You go on Instagram, people going to be in your comments. People going to be tweeting you. It's going to be news about it. You're just going to hear it so much. It's going to be in your subconscious mind. Like, okay, I'm the next Messi. So I have to live up to what. Now you subconsciously watching Messi highlights. Okay, what was Messi doing at 16? Am I doing better than Messi? Am I, you know what I mean? Now you doing all this. But the whole time, all you got to do is just focus on yourself, bruh. Just focus on yourself. If you end up not being the next Messi, that's okay. That's okay, bro. Just make sure you try your best every game. Try your best. You know what I mean? And don't try to be too much. Don't try to do too much. Because you want to be the next Messi. Now you're trying to do too much. Like, I don't even think Messi, when he out there playing, I don't think he tries to overdo it. Like, he just be himself. And his self is just goated. He just, you know. He not, like, forcing it. Don't rush it, bro. Don't rush it. Just.
Award. Pedri and Gavi. And well, as actually more so as they've just been injured so much. Gavi in particular has been gone for more than half the season. And Pedri just most recently got hurt in Spain's Euro matchup against Germany. And it's easy for non-Spanish or Barca fans to generalize or dismiss Lamine Yamal as just another version of these two. But Lamine Yamal has already done better than even their best season at a much younger age. But I know, the list of Barca wonder kids that didn't turn out.
You gotta think about it too. We are making videos on him. So now your name is literally just on YouTube. Type in your name on YouTube, you're gonna see all these highlights, videos, breaking down your life. You don't think you're gonna watch it? They probably pulling out pictures you haven't even knew that it was a picture. You didn't even know. They putting out shit you never seen before of your life. Old ass pictures from when you was a kid. All these pictures. It's like, bro, it's a lot, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
Parade is quite long, especially with names like Ansu Fati, Dembele, Giovanni Dos Santos, and more. And with reports of Lamine Yamal already winning the 2024 Golden Boy Award, expectations are without a doubt going up. But all things considered, to me, the only one real concern is how dedicated he is to training and how he can stay healthy. His composure, technique, intelligence, and skill alone are already good enough to make him a generational talent. And if there was one immeasurable metric, I'd say it's how he's not afraid to fail and embraces the moments when the lights shine the brightest. So if you thought football was dying, especially when it comes to modern wingers, well, just continue to keep a watch on Lamine Yamal, because I think with future talent like him, the game is in good hands.
Hey!